Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the briefing for Monday, the 22nd of April. Well, unfortunately, despite having two really nice days over the weekend, weather's not looking quite as good today in the way of soaring. Midday charts on here, you can see we're in a very slack air mass. You see these isobars generally bringing in a northeasterly flow by the looks of it, but it's very, very light and probably going to be quite variable in our area. They've painted on here the edge of a warm front just at midday. Moving across to midnight tonight, you see it doesn't really move and some of these catch up with each other. And it's showing an occlusion up to the north and just sort of a waving front down in our area. So I think we're just going to be potentially catching the edge of this today, but I don't think it's going to cause us too much of a problem. I'm hoping anyway. Moving further ahead to tomorrow, it's showing all of that stuff having gone through as an occlusion and then hopefully clear of us again with a very light wind picture. Moving further ahead to Wednesday, very similar really. So winds today, it's showing pretty much northerly, 10 to 15 knots, and that's at about 2,000 feet. Looking at the sat pic, you can sort of see it looks like this cloud is coming with a little bit of easterly component, sort of northeasterly direction. And it does look like we're under the influence of this warm front at the moment, although it's not causing too much of an issue. It's just a lot of high cloud, which means there's not going to be a lot of sun on the ground today. Rainfall radar, it's showing light precipitation in our area, which of course isn't the case. I think it's just a lot of upper cloud it's picking up. Looking generally worse the further northwest you are, but I think any of this is pretty light rain, to be honest. Rainfall forecasts, we go throughout the day. It does look like this area does come down towards us, and you can see Lasham just right on the edge of it. So I'm thinking maybe a little bit of drizzle around about midday, but I'm not thinking we're going to have anything too significant. Going into the evening, it does look like that is moving further away, and it is drying out a little bit in the Lasham area. So we should get a full day's flying out of it. In terms of any soaring, it will be whenever the sun gets to the ground and really to the east of us, which is a little bit difficult with airspace. I don't think people will be going very far today, but we should get some local soaring. Public forecast then showing cloudy all day with some showers. It's now showing between 12 and 1 p.m. It's showing a heavy shower at 1 p.m., but I doubt it'll be too bad. Winds at ground levels showing northerly with a little bit of west in it at times. It really depends which forecast you look at. It could be a little bit west, it could be a little bit east. Probably feeling quite cold today, top temperature of 5 or 6 degrees, albeit the wind is fairly light. It's not going to be warm out there. GFS is showing, maybe not even getting above 4 degrees. Dew points at midday, it depends exactly where you are. So the further west and the further north you are, the higher the dew points. It's showing 6, 7 degrees. In our area, 4 degrees, but any east, you see it drops off immediately to 1 degree. So a day to be further east, really. That's the current view outside. It's sort of flyable. Not much more to report. Lots of high level cloud. Temperature just over 5 currently, dew points at 2.5. Odium's forecast currently 4 knots from the west northwest. They're showing 5 knots from the northwest later, and they're not picking up any rain. Farnborough is showing northeasterly later, 8 knots from the northeast. Few clouds at 4,000, and they've put here between 11 and 4 p.m. a prob 40 of light rain and drizzle, and broken clouds at 1,400, so about 1,200 feet above Lasham. Okay, top meteo, central flight distances as shown. As I say, better to be east. Hopefully we're just on the edge of this and we will get a little bit of local soaring, but I don't think there'll be anyone going anywhere today. Thermals looks like going up to about 2,000 feet. This is 10 a.m. and going forward a couple of hours, it tends to be retreating to the east as this warm front comes in and brings a little bit of drizzle. So generally looks like it's a day to be further east. Up to about 2,500 maybe later on. Site forecast is showing about 1 knot thermals to about 2 to 2,500 feet for the majority of the day. And significant weather it's showing, we go across to midday. It's not showing too much in the way of drizzle affecting us. Looks like the worst pictures at about 1 p.m. where the drizzle is quite close and potentially some slightly lower cloud, but as I keep mentioning, I don't think it's going to cause us too much of an issue. Okay, there's no NOTAMs that are going to affect us locally today. As I say, I don't think anyone's going to go anywhere. So we're going to go for 09 today. We'll set up the launch point on the southern edge of the runway. And in fact, no, sorry, scrap that. Yeah, we will have the launch point on the runway as normal, winching from the south side of the runway on the grass with the cables just running down the edge here. And aero towing will be on the north side of the runway. So winching on the south side grass, aero towing on the north side of the runway today. Okay, we've got an A320 Neo departing at about 1:30 local. Hopefully we'll line that up with the bad weather. And the simulator, I just need to do a little bit of work on this morning, but as and when it does start raining, if it does, it will be serviceable for them. Glider serviceability, got 3 K21s, 2 K13s, 2 baby grubs, and all 3 discuses. Ground handling's been improving. Keep working on that. That's been good. And ground radios in the buggies working quite nicely as well. For now, just leaving them in the glove box, but we have got some mounts for them being developed. Okay, that's pretty much it. See what we can get out of the day. I'll see you out there. Bye for now.